Well, good evening and welcome. Chills and Fever, show number 37. Here we go, Jimmy Smith. Well, good evening to all the regulars. Adrian, SCFC Wonkiggy, Mark and Christine Smith, Harry Thurgers. In the house himself, Mr. Sean Chapman, and his mint set, Michelle. Well, good evening to Mark Bawley, Roger Crawley, Trevor Britnell, James Slinger, Stan and May Evans, up in Liverpool, and Bogey 1966. Whoa. Well, there we go. Jimmy Smith there, 1964 on the Verve label. And Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Here we go, the Explosive Dynamics, and is this explosive? Good evening and welcome to Nicky Green, Stuart and Jill up in the Midlands, Kirsten Alott out in Essex, Vicky Richardson, Mick Cook over in Harlow, up in Yorkshire and Hull, Stephen and Lisa. I used to think I was a better player, but now she left me a life, and all I wanna say, I've got a whole lot of love, baby. A massive good evening to Carl Green, John Scally, James Slinger, baby, 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 for you now, all for you now, all for you now.
go from 1966 on the Limco label, the Explosive Dynamics. Absolute corker, that one. Well, we played two different versions of this, one by Georgie Fame, one by Marvin Gaye on the show since we started. So I thought it was about time we played the bona fide original. Here we go with the Spinners from Detroit, and of course, Sweet Thing. 1964. Good evening to Adi and Claire up in the Midlands, Dave and Jen, Troy Tempest, Baz Rogers up in Norfolk, and Nikki Green.
There may be a lot of things you will never be, but the little things you are means everything to me.
Well, good evening to Stuart and Kirsty. Good luck with the old spinning wheel. Enjoyed the Jimmy Kent interview. Oh, what a great tune at the Motown stable there. The Spinners, 1964, and of course, Sweet Thing. Well, here we go, the Majestics. I love her so much, it hurts.
There's a girl who's upon a hill. She knows how I feel. She's so bad. Every time that we meet, my heart starts to spin. Around in circles for this little girl. That's why I love her so much in her. I want her so much in her. I need her so much in her. It's over. Just just one kiss of her tenderness. Hey!
Well, I hope you're dancing around your kitchens, now your living rooms, your garages, wherever you may be.
And when I'm close to her, are you best friend?
Good evening, North London, and Cyril and Sue Portman. And good evening, Derek Higham.
That's why I love her so much in her. I want her so much in her. I need her so much in her. It's over. Just one touch of her tenderness.
Well, there we go, the Majestics 1965 on the Linda label. Well, we're stepping back into the late 50s now and a classic. Here we go, Mr. Ray Charles.
You can talk about the pit, barbecue, the band was jumping, the people too. Mess around, they're doing the mess around, they're doing the mess around, everybody's doing the mess around. Everybody was juice, you can bet your soul. They did the boogie woogie with a steady roll. They mess around, they're doing the mess around, they're doing the mess around, everybody doing the mess around. Now, when I say stop, don't you move a peg. When I say go, just shake your leg and do the mess around. I declare, do the mess around. Yeah, do the mess around. Everybody's doing the mess around. Now let me have it there, boy.
Well, good evening, Solly Simon, Scott Crawford, Mark Stackhouse, Kev Andrews up in Norfolk, Kevin and Jane Williams, Steve Lewis, Dougie Eastwick, Simon Kerwin, Brendan Carr.
That's around, boy. Now this band's gonna play from 9 to 1. Everybody here's gonna have some fun doing the mess around. Doing the mess around. They're doing the mess around. Everybody doing the mess around. Now you see that girl with that.
Well, massive good evening, Melvin Clapton.
She knows how to.
Steve Giles.
Mess around.
And Vicky Richardson.
I declare she can mess around. Mess around. Everybody doing the mess around.
There we go, Ray Charles and his orchestra and Mess Around on the Atlantic label. We're moving up to 1964 now. On the ABC label with Fats Domino.
I'm packing up, getting ready to go. Got enough, packing up, getting ready to go. This woman tough, packing up, getting ready to go. I took too much, packing up, getting ready to go. I'm packing up, gonna leave this woman here. Packing up, getting ready to go. She liked to cook beans without no meat. The rice she cooked, it tears like grease. She ironed my clothes and burns them up. I'm telling you people, I've got enough, had enough. Packing up, getting ready to go. Got enough, packing up, getting ready to go. I'm packing up, gonna leave this woman here. Packing up, getting ready to go. She sleeps so much, she keeps track of the day. The only time she's walking when I get my pay. When I get my money, she goes downtown. Come back calling me all kind of clown. I'm packing up, getting ready to go. Got enough, packing up, getting ready to go. I'm packing up, gonna leave this woman here. Packing up, getting ready to go. Sometimes she loves me,
Good evening, Vicky Richardson, Donna and Quiffy, Teddy 1960, a Crazy Mod 1234, I think that's Jimmy Temple. Good evening, Annette Marie Williams, and all the way from Detroit, USA, Carolyn Crawford.
Oh, yes, I'm backing up. Backing up, getting ready to go. I got enough. Backing up, getting ready to go. This moment tough.
Little queuing in problem there, started it a bit early. Here we go with the Fabulous Playboys.
I say I'm honky tonk woman. Mama mean you no good. Honky tonk. Mama never do. Mama thinks she should. Honky tonk. No, mama. She always thinks I'm late at night. Always the morning, the first thing at night. She's running out. Mama wants to ride. No, she wants to ride. What made you like me? What made you so easy? So hard to get every day. What made you love? Why did you come home? Why can't the women do? Other women do. Every day, like the other women do. One of these days, you're gonna be so sorry. Someone's gonna want to look on me. Then you won't be laughing. Mama, baby, stop driving me. Mama, say, you're not summer. When you stop walking that walk, when you stop walking that talk, you won't be a honky tonk woman. Papa talking no more. Papa talking no more. Papa talk no more. My little honky tonk woman. My little honky tonk woman.
Well, starting off with some 100 mile an hour. Soul and R&B. This is 1966. This is Coco Taylor. This is Wang Dang Doodle.
Tell Automatic Slim, tell Razor Toting Jim, tell Butcher Knife Toting Nanny, tell Fast Talking Fanny. We gonna pitch a ball down to that Union Hall. We're gonna romp and tromp till midnight. We're gonna fuss and fight till daylight. We're gonna pitch a wing and doodle all night long. 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 We're gonna pitch a wing and doodle all night long. Tell Cooter crawling red, tell Abyssinian Ned, to tell old Pistol Pete, to tell everybody he meet. Tonight we need no rest. We're gonna really throw a mess. We're gonna knock down all the windows. We're gonna kick down all the doors. We're gonna pitch a wang dang doodle all night long. 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 We're gonna pitch a wang dang doodle all night long.
Yeah, Coco Taylor.
We gonna put you
Off that wonderful chess label in Chicago.
all night long. All night long. All night long.
Well, we're coming back to the UK now, and a B-side and a great tune by the Small Faces. This is E to D.
Sometimes I feel like a frustrated child. I've got everything I want, and there's nothing that I need. I can't stop my brain from running wild, running wild, running wild. My brain.
This is quite a treasured thing of mine. It's actually signed by Steve Marriott. It's a German issue. It's a beautiful little thing.
Sometimes I look inside me, and I don't like what I see. Seems like my soul is made of heaven. So I took a look outside myself, tried to get myself together. Things have changed. Now I'm fine. I've just been messing up my mind.
Get ready, here we go in a minute.
So now my troubles are all over, and I'm pleased to find that I was right and they were wrong. I had messed up my mind. You see those colors, hear those voices. What's those voices? What those voices? I can't think those voices.
Well, good evening up in Glasgow, Paolo Wilson, Russell Deal, and up in Hull, Carl and Kath. Well, we do appreciate you tuning in each week. It makes our week great, and hopefully we make your week great. This is the Yardbirds. Johnny Hooker wrote it.
Yes, Mama, stay laughing. Don't you hear me calling? Don't you hear me calling you? Don't you hear me calling you? Don't you hear me calling? Tell me, where did you go last night? Come on, don't you, baby? Tell me, where did you go last night? Oh.
Eric Clapton on guitar, Keith Ralph on harp. Chris Dreyer, Paul Samuel Smith. Good evening, South Wales and Mark and Sheehan. It's a great live version. It's on a French EP. I actually bought this off the Mincer. I love it. But it's about 5 minutes long. So I'm going to fade that out. And we're actually going to go into our featured artist of this week. Well, our featured artist is Otis Blackwell. Otis Blackwell was an American songwriter, singer and pianist who heavily influenced rock and roll. He was born in Brooklyn, New York in 1931. He wrote such legendary tunes such as Fever for Little Willie John, Great Balls of Fire, Breathless for Jerry Lee Lewis, Don't Be Cruel, All Shook Up, Return to Sender, and many more for Elvis Presley. Handyman for Jimmy James. His own first release was a self-penned composition, Daddy Rolling Stone. Derek Martin and The Who went on to cover this as well as many more. He never really was very well known by the general public for either his own releases or for the tunes he wrote, yet everyone knows his tunes. Otis composed more than 1,000 songs, grossing sales around the world of 200 million copies. That's an amazing feat on its own. Otis was one of the great songwriters of all time, styling American music on the same par as Willie Dixon, Chuck Berry and Leiber and Stoller. I am now going to play one of his tunes. This is his first release in his own name, Daddy Rolling Stone.
I'm Daddy Rolling Stone. Daddy Rolling Stone. They call me Daddy, Daddy Roller, Daddy Rolling Stone. I have my fun in the morning, have my fun in the night, have my fun anytime I want, 'cause anytime I have it is right. I'm the daddy, Daddy Roller. They call me Daddy, Daddy Roller, Daddy Rolling Stone. Girls, you think you had loving, girls, you think you had fun. Well, girls, you ain't had nothing until the daddy comes, and I'm the daddy, Daddy Roller. They call me Daddy, Daddy Roller, Daddy Rolling Stone. Girls call my friend Big John. He's big as he can be.
Good evening, Billy McCallum and Caroline Thompson, who says she's in heaven. We try our little bit.
Daddy, Daddy Roller. They call me Daddy, Daddy Roller, Daddy Rolling Stone. I ain't known for drinking whiskey, I ain't known for drinking rock, I ain't known in the city, but you'll hear of me by and by. I'm the daddy, Daddy Roller. They call me Daddy, Daddy
Well, there we go, 1953 there. Otis Blackwell on the JD label. Well, when he wrote Fever, he went under a pseudonym name called Johnny Davenport, and he adopted that for many other tunes. And these tunes, Fever, being covered by so many artists over the years, these are some of his great releases. I will try and play the odd tune like All Shook Up by Otis in later shows. And by the way, although he wrote all these great tunes for Elvis, he never actually met him. These songs launched Elvis Presley and kept him right at the top. Same old story, unrecognised talent at the time. Another of his great songs was obviously Let Your Daddy Hold You, and I'll be playing that later on as well. Otis Blackwell was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1991. His music will always live on through loads of other different people. This is another one by him. This is Oh What a Babe, 1954.
What I crave, ooh, what a babe, ooh, what a babe. I've got a babe, gives me what I crave. Oh, what a babe. Hey, what a babe. She tells me to kiss her, hold on tight. As long as I love her, everything's alright. Oh, what a babe. Hey, what a babe. I'm telling you fellas, that girl's okay. Oh, what a babe. I'm telling you fellas, that girl's okay. Oh, what a babe. Ah, what a babe. When we start loving, I hate to stop. You should see that girl I got. Oh, what a babe. Ah, yes, what a babe. Say, ooh, what a babe. Hey, what a babe. She'll do any old thing.
You've got to realise this guy invented rock and roll. Not that we're into rock and roll. They are so influential.
Time. She said what's hers is also mine. Ooh,
music would not be the same today without them, and that is for sure.
What a babe. I ain't got to plead or beg no time. She said what's hers is also mine. Ooh, what a babe. Hey, what a babe.
Well, there you go, Carol Courtney. What's it then? Anyway, that was Otis Blackwell, our featured artist for this week, and I'm going to play a cover, well, not a cover, the original version that he wrote for Little Willie John. Now, I know neither Sean or I have played this. Anyway, Little Willie John, Fever.
You never know how much I love you, never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a feeling that's so hard to bear. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Listen to me, baby, hear every word I say. No one can love you the way I do, 'cause they don't know how to love you my way. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Bless my soul, I love you. Take this heart away. Take these arms I'll never use, and just believe in what my lips have to say. You give me fever when you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight, fever in the morning and fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, treat me right, you give me fever. When you kiss me, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning.
Absolutely wonderful there. 1956, Little Willie John on the King label. Well, here we go. We've got a bit of a news flash coming up here. It's just come in. Breaking news. Kevin Raymond, congratulations. He's getting engaged next Wednesday and married next August bank holiday. Everyone at Chills and Fever sends their very best to you. We're nipping over to Jamaica.
Well, you can say what you're saying and do what you're doing, but I ain't getting out of here. Cause I paid last month's rent, all my money is spent, so I ain't getting out of here. Well, I'm asking you, Mr. Landlord, why are you so unfair? Well, I've got no place to go, and I'm sure that you know, so I ain't getting out of here. Cause when I say that I'm broke, I'm sure it ain't no joke, so I ain't getting out of here. Well, I'm telling you, Mr. Landlord, serve me that notice next year.
I don't know a great deal of history about a lot of my records, where they've come from, where they've been before they passed into my hands. I do know about this one. I bought it from Jamaica with history. Only 12 copies pressed for the big sound systems out in Jamaica. So it was there doing the rounds in the early 60s, played by those great DJs.
So listen, Mr. Landlord, serve me that notice next year.
I'm sure that's seen some great days. Now it's stuck in the kitchen, just me and Carol being played. Enjoy. Here we go, the Soul Brothers. Love it there. The Soul Brothers. So many great artists in those bands. Well, we always feature a tune from Original Gravity. Tonight is no exception. We have got a forthcoming EP coming out in January, the Peter Gunn EP. There's 4 tracks on there, all different versions of Peter Gunn. There's a ska one, a Latin one. Well, there's 4 different ones. This one I'm going to play, I love. Listen to this. I love the sitar in it. Peter Gunn, Melvin Craig, Original Gravity. Absolutely love that. Keep up the good work, Mr. Neil Anderson, Mr. Original Gravity himself. He's doing a sterling job, keeping us all refreshed with some great music. Harks back to a yesteryear, but for modern day. Well, how do you follow that? There's another great record out today by Kevin Fingier on the Acid Jazz label. And I'll tell you what, he's doing a great job as well. And it's great to have such good, new, refreshing music on the scene. This is Kevin Fingier and the B-side, El Basement. Absolutely fantastic. Kevin Fingier, he's from Argentina, Buenos Aires. He's a DJ, a musician, a mixer and a producer. A very talented chap as well. So refreshing to hear such great new music being produced rather than all the dross that you hear on the radio. Not that I listen to the radio at all anymore, the news or anything else, because it's all a load of old Boney Maroney. Here we go. Well, good evening, Tim Richardson, Martin Webb, Tiny Boat, Lucy Brennan and Dennis O'Kane out in Seattle, USA. Yeah, 1964, Bill Black's Combo. Well, where does the time fly? Just about 10 minutes to run before Sean Chapman comes on. I'm going to end with some absolute monster classics tonight. Keep your spirits up. We're wishing you all a great holiday festive period ahead. But be careful. Play safe. Here we go. Marvin Gaye, Tammy Terrell.
If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby. Just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry. Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. Remember the day I set you free. I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me some way, somehow. Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. Oh, no, darling. No wind, no rain, or winter cold can stop me, baby. No, no, baby. 'Cause you are my love. I'll be there on the double. Just send for me, oh, baby. My love is alive, way down in my heart, although we are miles apart. If you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double, just as fast as I can. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough? Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Don't you know that there ain't no mountain high enough? Ain't no valley low enough. Ain't no river wide enough.
1967, One of the best duets ever. Coming up next, Gladys Knight, the original version of Grapevine. This reached #1 in the US charts. A year later, Marvin Gaye went there with his version.
Baby, 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 got some plans to make me blue. With some other girl you knew before. Between the two of us, girls, you know I love you more. It took me by surprise, I must say. When I found out yesterday, don't you know that I heard it through the grapevine? Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. Not much longer want to be mine. Not much longer want to be mine. Know that I heard it through the grapevine. Oh, I heard it through the grapevine. And I'm just about to lose my mind. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am. Baby, won't you listen to me? Oh, take a good look at these tears of mine. Maybe these tears I can hold inside. Losing you, but in my life, see. Because you mean that much to me. You could have told me yourself that you love somebody else. Instead, I heard it through the grapevine. Oh, not much longer would you be mine. I heard it. Yes, I heard it. Oh, just about to lose my mind. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, yes, I am.
So sad to hear the loss of Barbara Windsor, another English-British icon, lost this week. You'll be remembered. Rest in peace, Barbara Windsor. Gladys Knight there, 1966. This hour absolutely flies by. Here we go, Afterglow of Your Love, written by Steve Marriott, Ronnie Lane, and it was for P.P. Arnold originally, but they thought it was so good, they kept it. That came straight from P.P.'s Mouth to My Ears.
Love has come to touch my soul with someone who really cares. No one can deny us. People who once passed me by will turn their heads round. I'm happy just to be with you and loving you the way I do. There's everything I need to know. Just resting in the afterglow of your light. Yes, you have always been here, feeling deep inside. A feeling that I could not see or touch or try to hide. My love is in and around you. I bless the day that I found you. So listen, baby, I'm happy just to be with you and loving you the way I do. There's everything I need to know. Just resting in the afterglow of your light. I don't feel good, baby.
Irreversible Faces there. 1968. That still sends shivers up and down my backbone and my back passage. What a great tune. Afterglow. Well, we hope you've all enjoyed the show tonight. I've got my ender coming up. Sean Chapman's on at 9 o'clock. We'll be back next Saturday, the last show before Christmas, and then the one after that will be New Year's Eve. And we are teaming up with Paolo Wilson, Rob Kelly and David Clark, all up in Scotland for that one. Plus Sean Chapman, plus myself. It's going to be a Hogmanay special, and it's going to be great. All details will be released very shortly on that one. Anyway, Carol, this is the last one. I thought this was quite a good COVID song. We need bare necessities to survive.
Bring the bare necessities of life. Wherever I wander, wherever I roam, I couldn't be found off my big home. The bees are buzzing in the tree to make some honey just for me. When you look under the rocks and plants and take a glance at the fancy ants, then maybe try a few.
You eat ants?
You better believe it. And you're gonna love the way they tickle. Mowgli, look out! The bare necessities of life will come to you.
But when?
They'll come to you. Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities. That's why a bear can rest at ease with just the bare necessities of life. Now when you pick a pawpaw,
Sean Chapman on at 9 o'clock.
Pear,
Chills and Fever Part 2.
and you prick a raw paw,
Live from the shed.
beware.
Mince Towers.
Don't pick the
Stafford.
prickly pear by the paw. When you pick a pear, try to use the claw. But you don't need to use the claw when you pick a pear of the big pawpaw. Have I given you a clue?
Golly, thanks, Blue.
Pawpaw. All the silly gibberish. Come on, Daggy, get with the
Well, I hope
beat.
you all enjoyed the show
bare
tonight.
necessities
On behalf
of
of Carol
life come
and
to you.
myself, Chills and Fever
They'll
Part
come to
1.
you.
Join Sean and Michelle in Stafford straight away now on Mixcloud. Thanks a lot. See you all next Saturday. Good